Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 14th, I think. I don't know. It'll be in the title. We're using the Forager's Daughter Tarot if you want to know what deck this is, but we're just going to jump right in here. You have this Frog Spirit. You actually have three cards, this Camel and the Elk, this Elk card. I'll show you all three in just a second. But, you know, what do I feel here, Pisces? I feel like some of you, it's almost like you need to get back to, you know, kind of finding that spark in life, right? That's like the feeling I am getting from just your first row here. And, you know, I kind of feel like you need to seek out things that you enjoy, you know, or that you enjoy doing. And I feel part of this reading, I feel like is saying, you need to do more of that. I feel the Frog Spirit in this deck here, it kind of represents like cleansing or healing or going through a cleansing or going through a healing. But that cleansing or healing, it could come from, again, you know, kind of not going back to basics. Although that I kind of am hearing those words, going back to basics or something like that. But, you know, I feel it's more about, you know, finding something you enjoy in life or going back to something that you do enjoy in life. I don't know, kind of like a weird, first row here, Pisces. I'm not gonna lie. I get a lot of stuff like popping into my head with it. But you also have the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Some of you could be like letting go of a past person here, especially if they were like a player with these two cards here. Was there anything else here that I see? Yeah, like Ten of Wands, I don't know. I feel like you overinvested maybe in a past situation, and you could be kind of releasing it. But I really want to focus on these cards first. Again, you have this Frog Spirit. Frogs are symbols of abundance as well. So I do feel like there could be a lot more abundance coming in for you and you kind of regaining that spark. You know, again, I'm not saying you've lost the spark, maybe some of you, but, you know, kind of like in returning to something that you once loved. I feel like there's a lot of power in doing that this week. You have this Elk Spirit. This is a card of taking the lead or being a leader. We see a lot of fire in this reading, so, you know, and you have the Queen of Wands as well. Queen of Wands is needing to take the lead without knowing the answers. She is kind of the card of learning as you go. So, you know, a lot of you, it doesn't matter what gender you are, I feel like you're in this position of needing to take the lead on something in your life in the sense that you're learning as you go. And you have the Camel. The Camel in this deck is about being a survivor. And, you know, camels can survive without water, you know, or so they say. It's not true, actually, but, you know, they can survive a lot longer without water, but they can't survive 100% without water, right? So what I would say here, though, there are cards, you know, it's a card of resourcefulness and, you know, being resourceful at this time. Again, you have the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords here. I do feel like you're letting something go here. It could be a past lover or past situation. You know, it could be someone who is like a player or in and out of your life with the Knight of Wands. And, you know, definitely could be a fire sign. Doesn't have to be, but you know, they're showing up as the Knight of Wands here. I feel like this is something that's very inconsistent. And I also, like, I feel that your, you know, your, like, future self, your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, I feel like all of them, everybody is encouraging you to move on to something new, especially in love. But you have this Ancestors card. This deck has some Oracle cards in it, some extra, you know, Oracle cards, and this is one of them. And I kind of feel this is saying all of those people are encouraging you to do this. And you have this Knight of Wands. He does go through a period of metamorphosis. He is changing from the Knight of Wands into the King of Wands. But, you know, just like a frog goes from a tadpole to a frog, I feel for a lot of you, you're on this journey in life where you're discovering new things. It's weird to me that, you know, well, it's not weird. I think it fits in perfectly with the astrology. I think we're in a time of adventure where we have to embrace the adventure of just being good at being yourself, you know? It's like, I think that if you look at a lot of the things you want to do with your life in general, there might be, you know, certain rules that exist where you're like, oh, I can't do this, whatever it is, you know, it probably has to do with resources. Maybe you don't have the money or the time or whatever, but for every rule that your brain comes up with, I feel you probably could be finding a person who breaks those rules. So it's almost like those people are being divinely guided into your life to show you like, hey, you can also break the rules. And maybe some of you are learning that. You have the Ten of Swords here. Again, if you had a difficult ending or anything like that, I feel like this made you very confident. It put you in a position of confidence. I also feel it probably helped with your decision making as well with that Queen of Wands. If we look at the cards around the Queen of Wands, they're all relatively positive, and we even go to the Eight of Pentacles here. So the Queen of Wands, it's like she is getting off of the energy of needing to know the future. She just says, I'm moving towards the sun. Basically, she has that sunflower, it points towards the sun, and that's how she makes her decision. She really doesn't care about anything else, and that's the whole point of the Queen of Wands. And so I feel like you're getting to this point in your life, which is great. It's like you no longer need the reassurance of something that can't even reassure you in the first place, right? And so I feel like you're getting to this point. I don't know, pretty deep reading, Pisces. With the Lovers, you have the King of Swords. You could be attracting a new person, someone older, into your life. Doesn't have to be King of Swords, could be any gender, but usually it's a person who has a lot of wisdom and knowledge. So you could be attracting a person like this. Definitely could be older than you. And I do feel like this is something that could be divinely guided into your life here. It could be a fire sign, by the way. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Magician. Yeah, like I said, I like this and I don't. I don't like the Magician for tricky people. Knight of Wands, in and out energy. So again, if you have a past person, I feel like there's a lot maybe you don't know about that. Well, I feel like you do, but you say you don't, is what I'd say, Pisces. I feel like you have, if you had a past person, you have plenty of intuitive hits. You probably know a lot more than you think about the situation, but I feel like they're very sneaky. So, I'd be careful of sneaky people. But for the most part, I also feel you are in this time of manifestation. But it's like I think everybody has two choices right now. You can focus on past things that are holding you back, or you can, kind of create your own new world. And, I would choose the latter. Creating your own new world, using your powers of manifestation, not focusing on old stories, basically. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups, something much better. Ten of Swords is something being dead, done, over with, and I feel like you're going towards something much, much better in your life, something much more fulfilling and much more successful as well. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, the wheel will turn in your favor, keep going. You have this happiness card. Things are going well and feeling fulfilled in life. Go after your dreams with an exclamation point. The universe is giving you a big yes. Are you kidding? So it's like a big green light from the universe, especially for those of you that want to do something or want to take a leap of faith. Your first card is the Fool. This is literally saying, take the risk. It's time to get started. Every single reading I've been doing for you says the same thing, but clearly you haven't gotten started yet, Pisces. So I don't know, get your ass moving, right? But I feel like there's a big yes coming in for you. You have the Fool, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Wands, sorry. I think this came up for you last week. I feel like your problem is being overwhelmed by the information that you are receiving. So start small, as I say to everyone, and kind of like go from there. I think that's probably the best answer, but it's definitely time for you to take a risk. I feel like you need to take a risk towards the sun, basically. No, you don't have the sun in your reading yet, but it doesn't matter. I feel the sun is kind of, we could look at it as a state to be achieved. We could look at it as a goal that the Queen of Wands has. She's just, kind of working towards the sun, basically. So I feel you need to take that leap of faith. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation. If I were a Pisces, and I am, I would be experimenting as much as I freaking possibly could. I would be trying as many new things as I possibly could. I would be doing different things with my life, as many different things as I possibly could. So, try new things with the Nine of Wands. Try different things. If you have any routines, if you go to the same store every single day, go to a different store. Maybe you normally work in the morning. Why not try working at night, right? And these things might sound, trivial. They might sound like not important, but, again, I feel that the place that we are going to discover, our own personal genius is probably somewhere we've never been before. So try new things. You have the Ten of Wands. Again, this is that Pisces overthinking, type of energy, and I feel like it needs to be released, or, thinking that thinking that you need to, just magically appear at the finish line. You have this goal, you have something you want to do, and thinking that you just need to, again, magically appear at the finish line, which is impossible. I think you need to enjoy the journey. That's literally, if we look at the Knight of Wands positively, if we look at the Knight of Wands here positively, that's what you need to do. With the Fool, you have the Two of Cups. If you want love, I feel you have to take a risk. You are very attractive at this time, of course. You're Pisces, but, I feel you have to take some sort of risk. go out in public, meet people, all that other stuff. Literally, this right here is saying you have to take a leap of faith in love. I feel like either someone finds you attractive or will find you attractive with that Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a card of seduction, so it does say to me that, if you're meeting a new person or whatever, that, you will find each other attractive. I feel like there's a difference. Every single person since 2020, I think, I can't remember when it was. They're the only love readings I've ever done on this channel, specifically love, right? I think it was 2020 that I did those. I don't know, search love and you'll find them because they're the only ones I did. Every single person had the Two of Cups. It's like, I still remember it because everybody had it. And I was like, oh, to me, it's just a symbol that we're entering into a different time of love, the energy of love. So, you could be attracting someone who's different than your usual type. With the Nine of Wands, definitely could be an Aries. You're all up in Aries business. I've been calling you out in every single Aries reading. So sorry, not sorry, Pisces. But, wouldn't surprise me. It could also just be like an emperor boss type person. Like I said, with the King of Swords, someone with a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I would say outside of love, there is a lot of needing to be brave here, needing to be confident. Literally, these two cards here, I kind of feel like the Fool going this way is a need for you to move, bravely and boldly towards something. It's almost like the universe is, it's like, I feel like the universe has this like bucket of gold, just like dangling in front of you. It's not even a carrot. It's like better than a carrot. You'll be able to buy a lifetime worth of carrots if you get this bucket of gold. But, it's like I just see you making yourself small, Pisces. I feel like I said this to you in your last reading as well. Just like if I zone out in my head, which is how I get messages, right? If I just zone out and think about it, it's like I see you shrinking yourself, thinking, it's like you're not giving yourself enough credit lately or something happened, I feel, that has, especially in work or business, I feel this. But again, you could be retired and just wanting to, maybe you want to go do something with your life or go do something different. But I feel like you need to kind of expand, go the other way. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is your emotions. Some of you could be being controlled by your emotions, positive and negative. You could be thinking that you can't do something and it's affecting you emotionally. You could be getting into moods, right? And so I would make sure that you are kind of protecting yourself and watching your moods. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Hermit Crab. It says resourcefulness on it. And it also says adaptability. You have this mangrove. It says stay grounded, extend your roots, and gain stability. Yes, I definitely feel it is a time for you to focus on stability and create more stability in your life. Clearly, with the camel and the hermit crab is definitely a time of resourcefulness as well. I would be, looking at all the resources you have at your disposal. I think you don't realize something in your life. It's like, not to talk about myself too much here, but it's like if I were to start another channel, it's like which I have, but I have everyone on this channel. If I started promoting a new channel with this channel, I would grow it 10 times faster than if I were just to start it from scratch, right? Because it's like I have the resource. I feel like there's something in your life where you have the resource, but you're not using it. You could use it to, grow or to expand or whatever. It could be like a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability. It could be a risk that you want to take with the Queen of Wands. And I feel like she is saying that you know a lot more than you think you know, or, it's like you're not giving yourself enough credit sometimes is what I think, Pisces. You have the Queen of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and this Ancestors card. Again, Queen of Wands, probably the best card for you this week here. I don't know that it's the best card. I think this is the energy that you should embrace. Let's put it that way. Again, she moves towards the sun, which is her happiness. She moves towards things that make her feel fulfilled, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. That's the whole point, about her. She also is willing to learn as she goes. She's willing to change. She's willing to, be different, and she's just willing to be good at being herself, which is what I keep, which is what keeps popping into my head here. It's like you might think that you have to fit into some sort of mold, but we are in a time of breaking the mold. So, don't feel like you have to be like anyone else, right, Pisces? You have the Four of Pentacles. This is like holding on to structure. And on one hand, I feel like you want to be grounded and structured with that mangrove card. On the other hand, I feel like the structures you're holding on to are old structures. They could be old ways of being, old beliefs. Things that used to make you successful but don't any longer. And so it really is a time of like evolution here is what this is saying. You have this Ancestors card. I do feel like your guides, your ancestors, your future self. I feel like this is everybody on the other side, in spirit is like guiding you, rooting for you. I feel that probably, starting now. I don't know what today is. Well, today is August 7th. So What I would say is maybe starting now, this will be out on the 8th. Isn't that the Lionsgate portal? I don't know. Could be. I feel like you could start seeing like more repeating numbers, more sign symbol synchronicities, deja vu, things like that, right? And I would pay attention to that because I feel you're being guided in the right direction. When you think of something, you see a repeating number, it's like literally, I feel it will be your ancestors or whoever you want to call it saying, yes, move in this direction, like do this. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. The more you believe in yourself, the better. The Seven of Wands, is a card of conviction. It says when you know that you will be successful, you will be successful. I also feel like saying no defending yourself. Like just do what you know is right, is what I would say here. Just do the things that you feel are right. I think that's where you are going to find the most success. I think when you start allowing other people's emotions and feelings and, their ideas creep into your life, and we're talking about all areas of life, that's where you're going to make bad mistakes because you're trying to conform to fit their needs. But I feel it's a time of Pisces needs. I feel like you need to only focus on your own needs here with this energy for sure. With the Four of Pentacles here, you have the Ten of Wands, holding on to that small idea of yourself, the guppy version of Pisces. Pisces, it's time for you to become a shark, which is who you truly are. With the Ancestors card, you have the Ten of Swords. These people are dead, literally. I literally feel like this is saying there are dead people that are trying to guide you at this time, Pisces. Ten of Swords also represents something that's dead, done, over with. It is funny that we have the Five of Cups right here. This is the area of the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But, some of you could be letting go of a past love situation. Finally, you could be seeing it as dead, done, over with, just in general. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Bobcat spirit says life is a mystery. You have this Turkey spirit says give with gratitude and grace. Yes, definitely. I love the Turkey spirit, symbol of abundance and increasing your abundance, which I definitely feel for you here, Pisces. But I also feel you're noticing more of these green lights. I feel like, as I said on that card there that says, what does it say? It says, go after your dreams. The universe is giving you a big yes, right? So I kind of see that as a green light card. And I feel, but here's the thing. I think you have to pay attention to the green lights and take advantage of them so that the universe can give you more, because then the universe is like they're paying attention. So if you have some idea and you're like, oh, I'm going to start a blog, or I'm going to go do this with my life, and you see like 10:10 on the clock, go and do it, right? And then the universe can give you more green lights because you're actually paying attention to the signs and symbols. Most people are like, oh, no, I have to see another one for it to be true. It's like, no, just follow the first one, and then you'll be right. So, I kind of feel this is saying there's going to be an abundance of these green lights coming up for you, but you have to walk through them. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Five of Cups. Again, the other thing is gratitude. The solution to the Five of Cups is to be grateful for the two cups that you do have. Then you get the bridge and the castle that is behind the guy on the Five of Cups. So I do feel like there is like a lot of abundance coming in for you. I think there's a lot of things to be grateful for, but the Five of Cups says you need to be grateful for the things you desire. You have the Hangman here, you showing up in a very strong position. I feel like it also says that you're over-prepared. Again, small Pisces versus big Pisces. I feel you really need to become that, that great white shark Pisces and not the little guppy Pisces. I feel you need to, be bold, be assertive, really go for the things that you want. I feel like you're going to find that you're, of course you will be wrong. I hate to tell you this, Pisces, but you will be wrong about things from time to time. But I think for the most part, you're going to be mostly right about your ideas, whatever those ideas are. And chances are when you're wrong, it's because you allowed someone else to, creep in and put their own opinion on whatever you're trying to do. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. Things are starting to pay off. Those are the words I'm getting here on the Eight of Pentacles. Your hard work's starting to pay off. I feel like you're getting better results for the work that you're doing. There's, what I will say is like there's this concept of economic mass, right? If you don't know what economic mass is, it's basically like, if I have $1,000 and you have $10 million and we put it into the same investment, if that investment doubles, obviously you have more economic mass because you have $20 million now, I only have 2,000. So it's like this concept of economic mass is, they say the rich get richer, right? And the reason is because of economic mass. And so, I kind of get that feeling here, but I think there are other types of mass is what I'm trying to say. There can just be abundance mass, right? Where because you're abundant in an energy, it's like when you apply that energy to something, it has much bigger effect. And I feel this is something that, I don't know, it's kind of like hard to describe, but I think it's something that you've been learning over like the last 10 years, maybe. I would say probably since 2012, or maybe even 2009. We could go back that far. And it's like, so maybe we should say about 14 years. I know that's a long time ago, but I think if you go back about 14, 15 years, I think you're going to see that some of the lessons that you're learning right now are lessons that you learned 14 years ago, something like that. And it's almost like you're revisiting these lessons. And I think maybe that time was a very difficult time in your life, like 14 years ago. Something difficult probably happened at that time, probably involving your finances. And now it's coming back around, but it's like you have much more mass than you did then, is what I'm getting at here. And why is this important? I have no clue. I have no clue what I'm even talking about. So figure it out, Pisces. But there you go. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the World. Yep, definitely some sort of accomplishments, big accomplishments coming in for you. I also feel like the world is becoming more open to you as well. With the Hangman, you have the Queen of Swords. This right here is waiting. I feel like you need to stop waiting for love, and I feel like you need to go and get it. This is two people who aren't talking to each other. I said this to you. In your last reading, I know for a fact you had the same exact thing. This is exactly the same story. It's like, I feel this could be a person that you're not talking to yet, or a person you have your eyes on, or something like that. Here, Pisces. I don't feel terrible about it. Again, obviously, if you don't ever talk to this person or flirt with them or something, then nothing is going to happen. But if you do, then something will happen. I feel like this is a new person. It could be like a person you work with the Eight of Pentacles here. It could be a person you run into every day at the coffee shop or something like that as well, because that Eight of Pentacles, I don't know, there's like 3 B's on it. So I'm getting like a very social vibe here. But again, you could just have your eye on this person, but without any communication, it's not going to go anywhere. With the Five of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, King of Pentacles is something permanent, like a permanent change in your life. I would be careful of convention. It's showing up in the good stuff. This is going to be good. King of Pentacles in the good stuff says you have skills that could make you more money or lead to more success. Also great for love, could be permanent love. But what I would say is he's a card of convention. He represents like the way things have always been done. And I always say with him that we need to sometimes like do things differently or try new things. So don't get stuck doing things the same way you've been doing them for a long time. But we're going to pull 5 themes now. You have this October card, and this card that says, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. I think that you're building up until the end of the year, so I would keep working on whatever you're working on. If you have like a specific area that you want to focus on, I would focus on it as well, because I think that by October you're going to see a lot of results. You have this Diamond card. It says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. There you go. I feel like you're receiving something here, Pisces. You have this Great Happiness card, this harp. So I feel there is definitely, we talked about pursuing happiness. You have happiness, the Happiness card here. You have the Queen of Wands. So it looks to me like there's a lot of happiness coming in. You have this basket. It says recognition, reward for merit. I think that it is a time of attention for Pisces. I always talk about this with you with Pluto and Aquarius. It's right next to you. So, what I would say is for the next 20 years, I would be trying to get as much positive attention as you possibly can. I would focus on values, especially with Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus. I know that they won't be there for the next 20 years, but it doesn't matter. I would be focusing on value and things like that. I would also be focusing on quality as well. You will stand out for quality. The problem with quality is that usually it takes longer to get noticed, but again, if you work in social media or anything like that, that's what I'd be focusing on. You have this Gong card. It says an exciting event. Yes, I feel like there's a lot of excitement coming in for you as well. But damn, Pisces, I love this reading. Really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.